Sly Cooper is one of the latest games that have come out of Sony's first-party development studios. Not exactly first-party, but it's being worked on by Sucker Punch, which is the studio that created Rocket Robot on Wheels for the N64 a while back. You can consider this their sophomore effort at establishing some kind of platform character, and from what we've seen so far, it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Sony is marketing the game as a stealth platformer, and the description is pretty accurate for the most part. Basically, the game will consist mostly of jumping around, solving those kinds of physical obstacle puzzles. There are stealth elements in the game, but they more closely resemble typical platformer obstacles than they do the sorts of stealth elements that you would see in a game like Metal Gear Solid, for instance. Otherwise, most of what we've seen so far resembles pretty much every other platformer. You jump around, you attack enemies with sort of limited attacks, and you're pretty vulnerable to their repercussions, and that way it's kind of like an old school game. For the most part, you get hit once and you die. There are certain power-ups that, if you find them, will grant you access to an extra hit, but largely as you're walking around, anything that touches you, you die. As you've probably imagined, there's a little bit of collecting to do in the game. What we've seen so far mainly are coins, of which you collect 100 and you get a free life, and they're called clues, which are basically little messages in a bottle scattered throughout the world. If you collect all of them, you'll get access to essentially a safe that's hidden somewhere in the level. Once you collect them all, your friend Bentley the Turtle will be able to decode the lock on it for you, and it'll get you the treasure that's inside. In the demo that we've seen, we've gotten 2 treasures, one of which is this little screw attack that Sly can do when he's walking forward. The other is a move that allows his jump to go in slow motion so as to presumably allow him to time jumps and sort of, I don't know, give you more precise control over where you land. You don't really have much control over it at this point, so it looks like just a visual effect, but ultimately that's what it'll probably do. But yeah, ultimately what we've played looks pretty solid. It seems to be a lot of fun, and the characters and the environment seem to have a lot of life to them, and it looks really good too. From what you've seen, you know, there's really expert use of cell shading in the characters, and the environments are pretty organically designed. You won't see, you know, flat sort of polygonal geometry, or rather what looks like it. Everything is sort of curvilinear. It looks organic, and a lot of the time it's kind of crazy in design. So yeah, it's probably one of the more impressive PS2 games in development right now, and that certainly has us excited.